Okay, hello everyone. Please let people in the waiting room, my awesome leadership team. But we're gonna get started with our banquet here. So just some housekeeping information. So first of all, our spring fundraiser, we've raised over $190 so far. Keep going, keep posting it into this week. And yeah, thank you everyone who's already Venmo'd me. And second, we have this continuation form. I think we already have 45 responses, but for new members, I'll send this out in Slack and you guys can also fill it out. And this is to continue with hand into the next academic year. And third, we have this awesome activity log that Nitin put up on our website, also attached in Slack. But basically, I know for a lot of like grad school apps, they ask for like hours and commitments. So this is a good way to keep track of all the volunteering, meetings, and shadowing hours that you are doing. And these are retroactive, so you can start recording from this past academic year, which might be a lot, but just try to keep track of how many hours you've been dedicating. And lastly, for any gift card winners or t-shirt winners, just please DM me so we can keep you on a list. And when we actually buy the gift cards, we'll send them to all of you. Okay, and that's all the housekeeping. Wow, the last housekeeping slide of the year. Okay, let's jump into our banquet. So again, welcome everyone. It's great to see your faces to our end of the year banquet for 2020 to 2021. Oh, wow, it's been just a very long year. And honestly, I'm just so proud of all the members and officers for the hard work and the dedication. This is cliche, but truly we've done so much in this virtual setting and I'm really proud of everyone. Okay, I'm getting emotional here. But first of all, I want to shout out this year's leadership team, Samya for doing such an excellent job with education, just being a real leader throughout this whole year and keeping the whole team on track. And Ashley for leading the wonderful outreach committee and actually being able to present to a couple schools and as well as running our social media account towards the start and helping us promote the club. And Nitin, of course, our amazing website webmaster. You've done such a good job on logging all of the various requests I messaged you about and keeping our website really tidy and great looking. RT has just been MVP of education. You and Samia really created and shaped the whole education committee. From all the newsletters, the podcasts, the weekly seminars, you've done a really great job leading the education committee and also pushing it towards better heights. Wow, so cliche here. Very true. And of course, we have Pauline, the star of our Instagram page. You can have no idea how many people always message me saying, who's running your social media? Or even can we use some of your template ideas? So shout out to Pauline for keeping our Instagram page looking classy, smooth, and just so nice. So thank you, Pauline. And we have Shravya, who's been tremendously helpful in the outreach team. And Shravya, you've just been, I always communicate with you and you respond quickly and even helping us set up a recent advisor meeting. So thank you so much for being a wonderful outreach director and excited for you to become our shadowing director for the next year. Next, we have Jane and Shripad, who's been our awesome innovation team leads. Y'all went into this kind of head first, just okay, here's what we're gonna do, have fun with it. And starting from fall quarter, you guys have made these weekly presentations, guided our members through these project proposals, and then recently finally finished our funding request, a very large spreadsheet of items. And I just wanna thank you guys for really taking the time to do the research, to lead and really shape the innovation team. And I'm really excited for our parts to actually come in the summer and hopefully meet with you guys and start building. Archie, I'm not sure if he's here, but he's been a wonderful help in getting all of our funding money. I think we raised 17,000 from UCLA. So shout out to Archie for always writing those grant apps and attending those hearings with me. So that's, I guess, I just wanted to say a little bit about everyone, but it's just been wonderful working with each and every one of you, and excited for this coming year. Okay, so without further ado, next year's leadership team, we have, okay, I'm continuing on, and then we have Samya as our VP of Operations, we have Ashley as our VP of Outreach, Arti as our VP of Education, Shripad as our VP of Technology, and Pauline as our VP of Shadowing. I'm sure you guys will do a really awesome job, and I'm excited to actually see this happen in person. So that was our executive leadership team. And then continuing on, we have Sasha and Clara as the co-education directors. We have Ellen and Robin as the co-outreach directors. And we have Jane and Alex, who are going to be our innovation team directors. Congratulations to our new officers, and I know that the returning officers will also do a great job continuing their work and training our upcoming directors. And next we have Shravya as our shadowing director, who will be working with Pauline to create our shadowing program. And we have Daniel, who is serving as our social and PR director. I'm sure he'll have his hands full with that, but very fun hands. What am I saying? And then we have Nitin as our webmaster. Hopefully we'll continue with our really awesome website, and I'm sure next year with recruitment, it's going to be even more hectic updating the site. But thank you again, Nitin, for continuing on our canucla.org website, and Archie will be continuing on as our wonderful finance director. Okay, so that's the leadership team for this academic year, and thank you everyone who applied and went through the interview process. We'll also be releasing, if you guys would like, leadership interns for fall of 2021. So this will be, working closely with leadership, and should be a good experience, I guess, seeing the inner workings of what we do behind the scenes. But yeah, so leadership team. Okay, so now we're going to more of the recap of hand. Let's see. Okay. Well, first of all, we've had 11 guest speakers this academic year, which, I was writing this, I was like, this is insane. I still remember, I think our very first guest speaker was Dr. Yang, and I was just like, this is amazing. And then we had, 10 more. So really big shout out to all of the directors and members for recruiting all of these guest speakers. And yeah, just absolutely amazing that, we've heard from so many different specialties, MDs, PhDs, and yeah, just be proud of of what we've accomplished and that we've been able to engage with all of these wonderful professionals. Here are just some photos I took from our guest speaker events. On the left, Dr. Holmes. On the right, we have Dr. Bronstein. Good times over here. Okay, next we have our current board of advisors. We have 6. We have Dr. Castillo, who's remained with us since the beginning. Lee Felsenstein, our engineering advisor, Dr. Chen, our medical advisor. Hoping to have her speak to us next year. Dr. Bronstein, of course, and we have our recent engineering advisors, Dr. Trejos and Dr. McEwan, who hopefully will be consulting into the coming year as well. Okay, and I just compiled some of the highlight events of the year. We have our healthcare panel with the MacArthurs and Dr. Xiao. This really, really cool event. And yeah, I don't know, I just remember being really in awe that, especially the MacArthurs for husband and wife, how they work together and how they balance, I guess, their family life as well. So next we have the Pediatric Behavioral Neurological Disorders panel. This is run by, I believe, the Education Committee, where they invited Dr. DiStefano and Dr. Salone. And yeah, I was really impressed by the panel and how well our members moderated the questions and the chat. So I also thought this was a highlight of the year, so I included this panel. Next, we have, of course, the podcast launch. Podcast Squad has been in it in the beginning. I remember sitting down for a Zoom interview. I was like, okay, cool. And then just having all these really insightful questions and then learning about all the back-end work the Podcast Squad has done, from video editing to sound editing to uploading it to Spotify and YouTube. So excited to see where the podcast squad takes this into the summer and the coming year. All right, next we have Trivia for Charity. Oh, love this so much. Shout out to BFPC who invited us to be part of this event, but I'm proud that we raised the most money and we were able to donate it to the Movement Disorders Clinic, as well as a shout out to all of the trivia participants. I still remember pacing around my room, just really anxiously watching the live stream, but we came close. I'm pretty sure we came second. So shout out to everyone who participated in the fundraiser as well. And next we have the Let's Talk Movement Disorders. And this is more recent, but it was just really nice to be able to put on a public event and to see, not only some members, but also some non-members come and attend. Hoping we can make this into maybe an annual thing, maybe not movement disorders, but some sort of annual Let's Talk event by hand. I know this would be more exciting when we're in person and there's food and snacks. So moving on to the next, we have, I've forgotten about the slide, but socials and more. So we have, Shripad on the left over here and on the right as well. Shout out to Sasha for making all the memes throughout the year and keeping the random chat in Slack really active. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this masterpiece. Yes, Shripad, you should be very proud of yourself. And of course, here's some more photos. Shout out to Outreach team for the more recent social there. And this is my team trying to make that part. Oh, Anthony may have gotten lost there. But that was also really fun, and to welcome all of the new members as well over here. Okay, and then next we have spring recruitment. Big thank you to Pauline and the PR team for putting together the schedule and the interviews. All very hectic, but we're here and we're welcoming 15 new hand members, and you guys, I've been hearing amazing work. So really glad to have all of you on board, and yeah, just thankful to have another successful recruitment season. Okay, that was a lot. Oh, newsletters. Okay, so this was the fall and the winter newsletter. Basically, I just put them here because I thought this is a nice, I guess it'll be nice to look back on the newsletters, next year and thinking, this is where hands started and look how far we've come. So just wanted to put this on here since I think it's a nice way to look back on all the work we've done. Okay, I believe that is, and the last one, we've been doing these PCLA shadowing events. And for me, at least, it's been very helpful or very eye-opening talking to patients who have Parkinson's and to, hear beyond the struggles of, listening to seminars as to what Parkinson's entails, but learning about, their mental health and, ways they cope with having Parkinson's disease. So I encourage everyone to try to attend, shadowing sessions in the future, take advantage of it being virtual and not having to, actually drive or walk to a place. So yeah, thank you everyone who has come out to the event so far. And that concludes my highlight reel of all the hand events this academic year, which is just insane. The fact that I talked for, 15 minutes or 10 minutes about, all the work we've done. And these are just, the big main events. So really impressed with all of our members and officers for putting these events together and outreaching, networking. Yeah, just really amazing. Okay, now we're going to jump into each committee and, directors might have something to say as well. But first we have education. Just attach some of the photos, the very first seminar on Parkinson's disease, as well as the brain game activity, which I thought was very interesting. So I put that there as well. Thank you, Sasha, for these podcast photos. Yeah, very interesting. I love the backgrounds. And here's a Jeopardy photo I took. We have Kulveer, Neha, Samya, Ellen hosting our Jeopardy session. I still remember, I think I was competing with Jane and typing out our mission statement. But yeah, definitely a highlight of education for me. yeah, and if if Samia and Arti would like to say a few words, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone in education really quickly for an amazing first year at hand. Like, I seriously could not have asked for a better group of people to be able to work with. And, it wasn't just like learning in terms of like, yeah, we're learning about like neurological movement disorders, but also just like, it was a lot of fun just getting to work with all of you and getting to get to know all of you. And I feel like I grew a lot as a person. And I'm sure that you guys can relate as well. And I just really enjoyed getting close with each one of your squads. I think our squad meetings were a really good way for us to meet like in smaller group settings and kind of become friends with each other. I know social media has like, you guys have so much teamwork and you guys just work together so well and collaborate so well. And that was really fun to be a part of. Podcasts, you guys are just so outgoing, so friendly, so crazy at times. But I mean, that totally fits your guys' personalities. And I can see why you guys are on Podcast Squad. And seminars, you guys are like literally so smart and so creative and so ambitious. And it was just, I feel like I definitely saw the most growth in the squad because of how much we learned and grew together. And I also just wanted to give a quick shout out to RT as well. I really couldn't have asked for like a better director to be working with this year. And honestly, you are like someone that I look up to like as a person as well. And someone that I aspire to be. So I know that you're going to be an amazing VP of education next year, and you guys are going to take education to a brand new level and just make it better and better. And I'm so excited to see what you guys do.
Yeah, I just wanted to echo that. Samia, you've just been like an amazing VP this past year. I don't know if we would have been able to do any of what we did without you. So just like, thank you for being such an amazing VP and leading just the team in general and setting that foundation. I'm really looking forward to just moving with like what you said and making it better. So thank you so much for being just an amazing partner and leader. And then thank you to everyone that's a part of education, the people that started from day one to the new members that we've just gotten. And I'd just love to meet you all and see all of the things that you've been able to come up with. I mean, I personally did not dream of any of the stuff that we did. I think it's so awesome that we're like now on Spotify or social media newsletters is like putting out such amazing content and seminars and research. I mean, like literally the general meetings you all have put together have been so amazing and just so professional. I'm always impressed by what you are all like capable of and what you all come up with. So I'm really excited to see you all next year in person and actually work together. And we're gonna have a great time next year and I'm so hyped. So thank you all.
Amazing. Thank you again, Arti and Samia. And thank you, education, for running all of our weekly meetings. Excited to see when we do that in person, and you guys will be standing in front of the club with a projector. So I look forward to that. Moving on to, we have outreach. Outreach, I took this from our Instagram page, but that was their first meeting, and these are the goals they set out with: high school program, current events blog, awareness campaign, and happy to say that outreach has accomplished or is continuing to work in all of these goals. So really proud of Shravya and Ashley and the whole outreach committee for persevering even in a virtual setting. I know y'all had hard time looking for a school to talk with, so I'm really happy that you guys had the opportunity to go out into the community, even through Zoom, and talk to some middle schoolers. So I'll let Ashley and Shravya say a couple words here. Okay, Ashley sent me this, so I included it, but I'm not sure what it means.
This was also from Gartic Phone, I think. Like one of the prompts was like draw outreach committee. So that was that. It's a really cute drawing. I forgot who drew it, but I just wanted to include it. So I really wanted to thank Outreach for like this entire year, for giving me this entire amazing opportunity. Curriculum team is always so organized and hardworking, and events team too. There's a lot of funny moments here and there, which is why I love going to committee meetings, and working with Outreach has been a blast this year, and I was able to learn a lot from hosting these committee meetings every week. I really loved interacting with each of you guys because you're all so talented and smart, and I honestly can't wait to meet with you guys in person. we accomplished a lot this quarter, even though everything was online. So thank you guys for all your hard work this year, and I can't believe how much we've accomplished. And I also wanted to give a special thanks to Shravya, because she was honestly an amazing outreach director, and she's an amazing person to work with throughout the year. And I felt really comfortable talking to her about anything and asking her for advice about anything. And I think we had a really good workflow together for outreach, and outreach is an amazing committee, and I'm sure we'll do even greater things and have more fun next year. Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, just adding on to that, a big thank you to outreach committee. I think like outreach is so general, or so difficult in general. And then like adding the barrier of virtual learning just made it like 10 times harder. But you guys like showed up to each meeting, and every meeting was like a fun experience. Like I got to learn more about you guys and learn more about like outreach and neuroscience in general. So thankfully I made like a really good friend out of her, and I'm so excited to see like all the things we do next year. And a huge shout out to Robin and Ellen for leading last meeting, but also I'm really excited to see where you guys take outreach next. But yeah, thank you guys for an amazing year, and I can't wait to meet you guys in person next year.
All right. Oh, sorry, I've got a lot going on, so I might have frozen, but thank you again, Shravya and Ashley, for those really kind words. And yeah, just awesome job, outreach committee. And you know, when you actually hopefully go in person next year and get to have that social interaction aspect, I am sure you guys will really enjoy that. And you already have a curriculum planned out, so there you go. All right, we shall move on to innovation team. Okay, so I guess recapping innovation team first meeting. Oh, look at us, no idea what's about to happen. We had these goals for fall quarter that Jane and Shripad were able to target with their weekly power plans and agendas. So really happy to say that you guys have done an amazing job, and shout out to all of our innovation team members too for putting in that work and meeting every Sunday, which is a peculiar time to meet, but thank you for coming out to all of our meetings. We have project proposals in the winter quarter, some highlights from our Instagram. We have Sasha and Austin. I'm just really proud that everyone had that 10 minutes to really share an innovative idea as to how they want to add to our patent project. So shout out to all of our members for putting in that work and completing a very long assignment we gave you guys. We also have funding. This is just a screen grab of the spreadsheet we have for the funding parts we're ordering. A lot of work went into this, probably 3-4 weeks. So really happy to say that we're finally done and we're submitting this order. So now it's all about, where we're going to store 500 metal discs. I'm not sure, but we'll get through it, I believe. Spring quarter, this was the 2D sketches by our design team. I think we have Alex and Crystals, as well as, not sure whose I took, but these were all the drawings that were uploaded as to, I guess, how you guys envisioned our ideal hand glove. Maybe it looked like this, probably not, but I'm really happy that you guys took the time to sketch it out and I guess draw out the best hand glove you envision that we can make. All right, and here are some of my favorite photos that I collected. I also let Jane and Shripad share any words. Jane might have left, but Shripad, if you want to share any words, that would be great.
Jane's here.
I'm here, sorry. Shripad, but if you want to go ahead
No,
first.
you should go first. Like
Okay, no, but yeah, thank you everyone for such a great quarter. Like honestly, I feel like starting innovation team, we all kind of were like, this is kind of an abstract idea, like we're just looking at the patent, everything's kind of up in the air, and like as the quarters went on and as the weeks went on, I feel like things just kind of started to fall into place, and that's all because you guys just worked so hard and you always came to every meeting with refreshing ideas and just like having a really good like hard work ethic. And I feel like it was so much fun to work with everyone because everyone's so like down to earth and interesting. And I just feel like you guys really it's basically like almost taking like another course at some points. So I really appreciated everyone just like taking that outside time to do research on top of like school and other commitments as well. So I'm super grateful that our team just like really all had the same passion to like kind of at least come up with a 3D design that we could use for next year. So I'm just really proud of everything that we've accomplished. And I know that next year you guys are just going to keep doing better and better. And we're going to have a lot of fun actually making everything that we've been talking about this year. So that will be super fun. But yeah, just thank you so much for being like the best team that anyone could ask for and just being yourselves. And I'm really excited to meet all of you next year. I think it'll be fun. And thank you, Shripad, for being an amazing and wonderful co-director. You are like the life of the party. So thank you, sir.
I also wanted to say a couple of things. So first, thanks to Jane. Because like behind the scenes, you might think like oh we're like sharing all the responsibilities, but like Jane is really the one who like keeps everything on track. Like I swear, because I'll forget like literally when the meetings are and stuff like that. Like and Jane will literally be there like always as like a rock to be there to make sure that like things actually get done. And like stuff, the content's prepared, we got the presentations up, and that everything is set in place so that you guys actually have something to do. So Jane really does carry on. Although I talk too much, Jane is really the one who carries the innovation team meetings. And in terms of the team itself, I would say like, okay, so when I started back in the fall quarter, and we were like, okay, so what are we gonna do here? Well, we got this little patent looking thing. I don't know. I've never read a patent before. I mean, what am I supposed to do with this? And we were thinking about, okay, what we were gonna do for the fall quarter while we had to learn what was going on with the patent, because we only learned about the patent in the fall quarter, so we had to make, but we also had to do meetings for the innovation team in fall quarter. So while we were learning stuff, we had to like give you guys things to actually like learn and do and catch up with. And so that fall quarter, having all those things, all the things that you guys were listening to or learning about or reading from, you guys eventually learned a lot more than we did, and know a lot more than we do about this sort of pattern. And I think that's the way it should be when it comes to creating this sort of team. I really do believe that the innovation team like members, each and every single person on that team fundamentally contributed to something, not in some sort of like facetious or like just or like a shallow way, but each individual sort of influence is there in the patent and the design and in the team as a whole. And I found that especially when we got into winter quarter, I was quite like surprised by how much contribution and how much effort and thought you guys put into your presentations. Because like, I don't know, like sometimes when you go to a club meeting, you're like, okay, let me just mail this in. I don't know what I want to do here. I don't know how much time I want to spend outside of school. I got school things to work on. I don't got to work on this club. But when we saw like your presentations and how much thought and how much effort you put into this, like when I was writing up the little document for what you guys were supposed to do, I wasn't like they aren't going to do half these things. It's fine. But the way you guys put so much effort into it, it really made me happy. Like that you guys actually that cared so much about it. It really was very fulfilling. And in the spring quarter, that was the most, I would say, the most exciting, most sort of like you have to spend all this money, and then like every time you see anything with like 1,000 next to it, it always is more exciting than something without 1,000 next to it. And so when we had to like think about how we were going to spend the money and how we were going to make the design that could actually work, and talking with not just the innovation team, but then also with our advisors and making sure how we could do that. Not only allowed our group to become a lot more dependent on each other, that we were able to trust each other a lot more, but also we were able to learn a lot more concrete things than maybe say in the fall or winter quarter. And I found that it was very rewarding that because there was some influence of everyone's design, in what we were looking for, it gave me a sort of confidence, like, okay, we got something here that maybe it's not just influence of one or two people, but the influence of everyone in our group, that we've all come together for this. It made me feel a lot better about like making sure we were able to research everything and be able to put everything together. And I was pleasantly surprised and very happy with the innovation team this year.
All right, thank you, Jane and Shripad, for sharing those words about the innovation team. Just real pleasure to see both of you grow as our directors, and to see innovation team kind of, slowly gain confidence and to actually talk and engage in the Zoom meetings. As well as shout out to Archie and Nitin for joining us on this journey and for facilitating all the different teams and squads groups that we came up with over the over the academic year. Wow, there's really a lot of teams there. But yeah, thank you to innovation team, and we'll be in touch with some summer updates soon. Moving on, last but not least, we have public relations. Here you can see our most recent update of our Instagram page, just beautiful and clean and just so majestic, as well as kind of the different areas that all of you have contributed to. And I'll also let Pauline share any words about the Public Relations Committee.
Yeah, okay, so PR team, I want to thank you guys for such an amazing year and always doing more that I can possibly ask for. I really enjoyed getting to know you guys on a more personal level. And I remember at the first committee meeting, I emphasized that I really valued like good communication. And like, I think you guys did such a good job with that this year, always being on top of like communicating with me and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. And you guys worked really quickly for all the meeting recaps and member spotlights and stuff like that. And I really appreciate how you guys always send me a caption, because you guys know I am so terrible at coming up with captions myself. And like all the posts that you guys make are also like really aesthetically pleasing. And honestly, you guys are the reason why our Instagram is doing so well. And also to my new PR members, thank you guys for being really accommodating for the past couple of weeks. And even though I won't be working with PR directly next year, I'm really excited to see what direction you guys will take as we go back in person. I know some of you guys had ideas to do like live interviews and like wanting to work more on our YouTube platform. So I'm really excited to see that. And to Daniel, I'm really, really sorry I forgot to introduce you that one PR meeting, but I'm really excited to see where you're going to guide PR. And yeah, good job, guys.
Thank you, and thank you again, Pauline, for running the awesome PR committee. Social media is tough, and you're always so on top of anything I throw at you, saying, "Oh, we should do a recap on this," or "We're gonna make this recruitment poster." So really stellar job, and I know that you do also a stellar job for our shadowing program. So thank you, Pauline, and for PR. All right, so with that, I want to thank everyone again for your hard work this academic year. And really quickly, I also put a little segment here with the OG team of Nitin, Ashley, and Samia. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I think this is at our first info session. And we were like, how many people are going to show up? And, we got a really nice turnout. So this is our face of success and excitement. I thought this is a really cute photo. And then as well as, this fall recruitment, before we had hand, it was just, the four of us, and we had to make all of these. This is the first draft of our logo. We had to make the recruitment posters, and it was just really exciting to, I guess, build something together. And I hope you guys are as proud as I am to see, where we're at so far, and, be excited for things we're going to do in the future. Oh, and of course, the awesome website by Nitin. I was just blown away when I first saw it. And then our banner here. Oh, I love Canva. But yeah, this is the last slide of our banquet here. But I want to thank all of the leadership team and hand members and the new cohort of hand members for just a stellar, wonderful, so many adjectives today, but really, really, really awesome year. And this is, I tried to be sappy. This is like what, we're closing a new chapter of our lives, and we're opening a new, what I mean, we're opening a new chapter of our lives, moving into this academic year. And I'm certain we'll do, more amazing, fantastic things when we're in person. So hope to meet all of you in person. You'll probably be very tall. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, this is, I guess, the last slide of the banquet. And we're now going to toss it over to Daniel, who has some awards to give out over here. Am I right, Daniel? Stop sharing.
Hi, everyone. I have a lot of awards to give out. Yeah, let's get this started. We got 18 minutes. We got 28 rewards. Let's see if we can get them all. Yeah. Alrighty. Starting with number 1. As according to our great democracy of Google Sheets, RT, you are most likely to be accidentally be on mute during Zoom. Don't know if that's a good thing, but nonetheless, congratulations. Now, the hands dynamic duo. It's going to Alicia and UNV. Congratulations, you guys are basically the coolest people in the club. No one can say otherwise. All right. Most likely to text you about hand at 1 a.m. Samya, please get some sleep. 1 a.m. is not a very, I mean, depends on when you wake up, but yeah, get some sleep. Sleep's good. Hand's biggest role model, Pauline. You're a cool person. You're like very cool, like top tier cool. Yeah. Congratulations. All right, most likely to live in their research lab. Now we see Justin over here, still in his research lab. How's it going, Justin? Good. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes maybe we'll see you outside. Maybe one day. Who knows? All right. Most likely to author 10+ research papers. That goes to our big brain man's Shripod. Yeah. I mean, we're not expecting you to. Maybe you are, but we're not pressuring you to. Like, if you want to, so it's all good if you don't want to. But if you do, congratulations, you'll do it because you're very smart. Alrighty, moving on. Most likely to fall asleep and get awkwardly left alone with the teacher on Zoom. This happened to me once or twice, many times during comp sci. But anyways, Alex, congratulations. I know that exact feeling when you wake up from a good night, you think it's good, and then your class is over and it's awkward. Alrighty, most like, what the? Oh, we got another one. Same thing, but Max this time. Congratulations, Max. I'm with you right there. Alrighty, this is a long one. Let's say it in one breath. Most likely to say nothing, have their cameras off, and contribute rarely ever to the class, yet when the quarter is ending, interact for the first time and say thank you and never speak to the first ever again. Reward goes to Anthony. I'm not sure if this is a good thing, but maybe try considering saying hi to your professor one more time, or like at least saying thank you. Let's see it. Most likely to be eating cereal for dinner like a damn sociopath. Do I really need to say this, Sasha? Interesting choices you have. Moving on. All right. Most likely to do their work on time, be a model student, and then burn out 3 years later, and make a career change to living with the trees and being one with nature. I think it's a pretty good thing, nature's kind of cool. Ellen, if you want, go live that simple green life. Yeah, go ahead. Alrighty, most likely to be successful ethically. Everyone here, yeah, we're all smart people that are going to be successful ethically. But some people say I am going to be unethically successful, which means I think it's a good thing. Maybe not. I have no idea. But yeah, I'll take it. Thanks, guys. Best brain modeler, Shravya. I guess you also have the biggest brain here. Yeah. Very smart. We have a lot of smart people here. Yeah. All right, most likely to be a billionaire, Archie. Hi, Archie. My name's Daniel. Nice to meet you. Text me in like 30 years. All right, most likely to have a secret TikTok following. Ashley, what's your TikTok at? You should drop it. Huh? Okay, Ashley. Okay, whatever you say. All right, moving on. All right, most likely to have the camera on during meetings, like a good person. Ani, thank you. Annie, I'm not sure, but thank you. You're a wholesome, very great person. 10 out of 10. All right, most likely to befriend their next door mates, neighbor, and build healthy friendship in college and beyond. This is a really good award. If you do this, you're good at networking. Sai, congratulations. Dude, I don't know. The people picked it, dude. Don't ask me. Ask the people. Ask democracy. Yeah, congratulations. All right, most likely to become a professional dancer. I don't know, maybe if you want to go into that kind of unethical or not in the mainstream dancing, that's also possible, Robin. But if you want to do like ballet or like, you know, hip hop, that also works. But if you want to make that money in cash, I also support it. Good luck. Alrighty. Most likely to start a talk show. Hugo, man, your speaking skills are like of a politician's, but in like an ethical way, like a good way, not like a bad way. Congratulations. All right, best networker, Neha. Neha? Not too sure, I'm sorry. But yes, your networking skills, over the moon, over the top. Congratulations. And most likely to create a startup based on music therapy for Parkinson's patients. You know, this is really specific, but your project proposal was also really specific and really well thought out. It was like I was actually like at like a business startup and I was like, whoa, this guy, he's like, oh, he's so smart. Anyways, congratulations, Austin. My controller is not working. That's not good. All right, most likely to have an impressively unhealthy sleep cycle. Shruti, again, please get some sleep. But congratulations. The people vote you as having an unhealthy but impressive sleep cycle. If you want to take that as a compliment, feel free to. Oh, 6 a.m. Jesus. Yeah, please do get some sleep. All right. Most likely to be a workaholic, Clara. It's about the work-life balance, not a work-life, like work balance. Take some time off for yourself, you know. Yeah, what Kevin says, work hard, play hard. Yeah. Alrighty, most likely to be a CEO, Javier. Again, as I said to Archie, hi, my name's Daniel. Text me in like 30 years. Congratulations. Most likely to become a UCLA professor. Professor Lee, Professor Sebastian Lee, nice to meet you. Yeah. I could say text me in 30 years again, but moving on. Most inspiring because they're very cool people. They're a very cool person. Jane, you're very cool. We really appreciate you. Yeah, this is your token of appreciation. Cherish it, remember it, write it down. Yeah, look back on it in 30 years and remember, you know, that one day in COVID when they said they appreciated me, that was the highlight of my life. That's right here. And then finally, MVP of hand. This award goes to none other than Ms. President Queen Tiffany Chen. Congratulations on being the president, doing everything, basically everything from the start to right now. And yeah, you are the most valuable person at hand. Congratulations. You know, if this was in person, there would be like a ton of clapping, but yeah, here's my clapping for you. Yeah. And that is the end of this year's hand awards. Congratulations to those who reserved it. If you could do want a copy of it, I could try to send it to you, you know. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, thank you, Daniel, for going through that. For y'all, he said he's gonna provide narrative or something. But yeah, thank you for all of those awards, and you know, shout out to Daniel for also making the award form and plugging them into the certificates, and you know, presenting all of them in 10 minutes. So, and yeah, congrats to hopefully everyone for the certificate. RT says she's gonna put it on her resume. Yes, exactly. Yeah, okay. There's only 10 minutes left for this social, but we can still do something fun. Oh, so I have balloons here, by the way. But yeah, if I don't see everyone, okay, you know what? Let's actually take a photo before we go off into our social rooms. So if you can turn on your camera for the last photo of this academic year. I feel like a mom when I take all of these photos, but you know what? They're good to look back on. Okay. Also, I'm going to stop your recording, but you know, y'all can wave or something. This is us signing off in the last GM. of this academic year, and we'll see you in the fall. All right, ending the recording.